Facebook knew that its products, and specifically Instagram, was destroying the lives of far too many teenage girls.
We've eliminated that play-based childhood like that I had in the 70s, where you came back at night when it was dark, where we developed skills that way. We unintentionally released our kids into a digital world where we let the whole world into our kids' lives. And the negative impacts that could potentially come from that are a lot, in my opinion, more risky than letting our kids go outside and play.
The mental health of our nation and mental health crisis remains the greatest public health crisis of our lifetime. 2022 alone, we lost 50,000 Americans to death by suicide.
When my son and I were at the Washington Nationals baseball game, when all of a sudden you heard gunshots and we thought there was a shooter inside the stadium, but it actually was a shooting right outside the stadium. But I had left him to go to the concession stand, and I had just gotten back, but we were really close to the field, and I'm laying on top of him. And from that, I got him a cell phone.
In the late 2000s to early 2010s, with school shootings on the rise and cell phones becoming increasingly accessible, parents began to give their kids cell phones. By 2011, 41% of children in United States households had access to a mobile device. And by 2020, 97% of children in United States households had access to a mobile device. But yet, suicide rates have increased dramatically since the early 2000s. School shootings are happening almost twice a week, and teen loneliness is at an all-time high.
In 2010 is really when the Facebook bought Instagram and when they put the like button in, the mental health of students really started to drop as that usage went up. You know, every action has a consequence, right? And I think that we're learning now that what we thought was a good thing for kids and we were making them safer sometimes has negative consequences as well.
I don't lecture for a long time. I usually try to hit the high points and highlight what we're doing that day, and then that person or the people who are on their phones I have to go back over it after we go to work because they weren't paying attention. It's a simple process in a way. Totally takes them away from what they should be focusing on.
And I now regret giving him the cell phone, realizing that what I thought was giving him for safety has opened the whole world into his life. And I'm not being mean to my kid or being judgmental, but I've seen even in his life, when my wife and I take the phone, how he behaves and interacts versus when he has the phone.
So what can we do? Should we take school back to how it was before everyone had a smartphone?
In terms of stress in high school, I don't remember stress. The only stress might have been, hey, as a junior, homecoming's coming up or prom is coming up. Got to find a date.
Schools in Virginia are trying to get phones banned from use during school hours.
So the final guidance that actually came out, our policy currently is the only thing we really changed is that high school kids cannot have them during class.
For like phones, when it comes to like a stress factor, I don't really find them as a stress factor.
Just like an escape from the real world, like you can just find yourself deep in your phone sometimes.
I'll like watch a movie for like background noise or something. Like I can't do work like when it's like dead silent.
I think that the updated phone policy should be that, yeah, you're allowed to have it, but like be respectful of the teacher.
I'm sure that plenty of kids have already found another way around with it. Mainly just using their computers. Every single student has a school laptop with access to the internet, and as much as they try to contain or lock it down, they can only do that so much when another website is created, and then they ban that, and then another one. And so it'll get kids off their phone. It won't get kids off of TikTok or YouTube.
Teens addicted to vaping probably don't like that it is banned for minors either, but that doesn't mean we should let teens vape. My hope is that the president, Congress, or whoever it takes will give students back a life not filled with loneliness. Whether that means restricting social media, or banning phones during school hours, or maybe something even more extreme. Regardless, it is time we stop ignoring this crisis.
That year, I had to have put like thousands of miles on my bicycle. Like we would just ride anywhere. During that summer, even the winter, like I could find hundreds of videos of us just going out and doing things.
I think you don't know what is love.